Welcome to the Gamebreak Now Podcast. I am here, joined with a very special guest today, Yaxel Lendeborg, as well as Steven. Thank you guys for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Cody.
Yes, of course. Yaxel is a 6'9", 240-pound forward out of UAB. He's an amazing player. He was the American Conference Defensive Player of the Year last year, first team All-AAC, as well as American Conference Tournament MVP. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Of course. Now, to get started, I'd like to get a little bit of background information about who you are as a person. Tell me about your basketball journey so far and what got you interested in the sport.
My basketball journey has been a wild one. I would say what really got me interested was my friends and just them playing it. That really made me want to play it more and more and just just go out on a limb, just have fun with them.
Perfect. Now, you were born in Puerto Rico, but you moved to New Jersey, correct?
Yes, sir. Me and my parents were in Puerto Rico while my mom was finishing college. Then we were in DR for like a year or two, moved over to Ohio, and then we finally moved to New Jersey afterwards.
Awesome.
So, Yaxel, you played baseball growing up as well, correct?
Yes, sir.
So what kind of ended up, I know we just kind of asked this question in terms of tell us about your basketball journey. What was that? I mean, how did you end up stumbling on basketball over baseball?
Over baseball, it was pretty much just because of my friends. Baseball was my first love. I played that all throughout, my younger days and stuff. And, just seeing that none of my friends played baseball, I was like, I'm just having fun with myself. I want to at least be where my friends are. And that's what really made me play basketball and also the height growth.
Okay.
Perfect. Now, tell me about your early basketball journey. Starting in high school, you had an interesting path there. Go ahead and tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So in high school, my freshman year, I was on the team. I didn't really play much though. And then academic reasons were the reason why I couldn't play through the remainder. I finally got cleared senior year, got to play the second half of the season. We went on a 10-1 run, made it to the playoffs by a hair, went to the playoff game, lost, but it was still a good time, fun to be around, just fun era to play with my friends and stuff. So it was cool. Then after high school, I didn't really have nothing. I don't know if you want me to say that now or wait.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, well, yeah. So after high school, I didn't really have anything going. I was at home playing video games all day, working with my mom and stuff like that. Then one day, my mom forces me to go to a camp in New York. We wake up, go there early. I see my cousin there. It's me and him, pretty much just playing, having fun, just doing what we have to do. And I ended up getting some recognition off of that because at the end of the camp, I became one of the top performers. They had a Twitter post and all that going. I was super excited. Like at first, I didn't know what I was getting into at all. It was just there. I'm just there to be here. And then people started talking to my mom, and then eventually I ended up in JUCO.
Okay, and your JUCO was Arizona Western, correct?
Yes, sir.
I just want to make sure. So, what was that like? I mean, obviously, JUCO, you have success. You have an incredible sophomore year. And then obviously you end up at UAB. Just kind of walk us through what that was like. Because again, you weren't a highly touted prospect after your senior year of high school. Just what was that journey like to UAB?
That journey was filled with up and downs for sure. When I first got to Arizona Western, I was doing terrible mentally and physically in general. I didn't feel like I belonged there at all. I was just a shy kid, not trying to talk to nobody, just here because my mom forced me to be here pretty much. Then after that first COVID year, pretty much, we get into actual play. I started getting a little more comfortable. My teammates, my coaches were being friendly and all that. So then I started feeling a little better about myself. I finished that first year I get invited to a camp in Las Vegas called the J48. It's a good JUCO event. I was happy to be invited. I get there, ended up playing good in that camp, and then that's when all the offers just started rolling in, and I just started becoming more popular, started feeling like maybe basketball could be something I can do, but something that can change my life. So then second year, play, have the best year I ever had, and that's UAB found me after my decommitment from St. John's. And yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Happened pretty quickly, didn't it?
Yeah, real fast.
Awesome.
Now, after your sophomore season, you garnered substantial appeal from D1 programs. What led you to UAB? What was that appeal?
Well, out of all the coaches that were recruiting me, the way Coach Cross was recruiting me was more like this is the most safest place you're going to be at. We're going to be here to treat you like family, not just as a player. And Coach AK as well, he was talking to me about being an NBA player, not the hope of it. He was saying, like, when you come here, you're going to be an NBA player. And it was like hearing those words from him made me truly believe that I could be an NBA player. Like, he'll change me for the better, which ended up becoming a reality. Kind of. I'm not in the NBA. Hopefully, I can make there, but everything else is falling in line.
Okay, so Yaxel, just to give you a little context, I'm actually a Temple alumni. So obviously, now we're in the same conference.
Yeah.
So I want to bring you back to last year in the American Athletic Conference championship game, obviously against Temple, who I believe they were like a 10, 9, 10 around that range seed. You guys were like a 4, I believe.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And basically, you win and you're in at that point. You made it to the championship. All you got to do is win that game. Kind of, obviously, as much as I root for you as a player, I was not rooting for you on that particular day. Obviously, because I'm a Temple fan. But just kind of walk me through like what's going through your head as you realize you're getting closer and closer to achieving the goal of making March Madness, essentially.
Man, I just got goosebumps just thinking about that right there. Just as soon as we made it to the tournament, I felt I was almost in like tears when we got to the hotel. Like we really made it. We're here. It was something to be really proud of. I tried my best to tune out the outside world and just focus on achieving this goal, which was something I set as soon as I got here. I want to win a ring. I want to get a championship. I want to do something where I can leave my mark here. And making it there was amazing. As soon as that game was over, just flooded with emotions, started crying immediately, man. I couldn't stop for a long time. I got interviewed and I think I said a statement. It was like the best moment of my life. And it was like, that was real. Like, it was a true feeling. I was really happy to be there, the happiest I've ever been. And, just really grateful that I got to go through that.
Awesome. Appreciate the insight.
Sir.
Now, to give a little bit more context as to your style of play, who is your favorite basketball player of all time?
My current favorite player right now is Kyrie. All time would be Magic and Michael Jordan.
How tall were you in high school? Like, did you have a late growth spurt, or were you always like a big man?
Freshman year, I was like 5'8", 5'9"-ish.
Okay.
Then it just kept growing up slowly and slowly. But then
I was gonna say, I ask us typically when I interview players like you, it's like, okay, well, you're a big man, you're gonna say a big man is like a player you admire or your favorite player. You said 3 guards. Excuse me, that's why I asked the question.
Yeah.
So obviously you averaged a double-double last year. Cody already said all the accolades you won last season. What prevented you from wanting to, pursue the NBA draft this past year?
I had a long talk with my coach, and we are coming to decisions where I have a lot of good energy around me right now, like a good aura and stuff like that. And even if I go there and do good, there could always be something negative that's going to be said and could mess up something going on for me. And we want to just ride off the high energy that we have for as long as we can, pretty much. And I felt like it was a good decision, a smart decision, and I really trust AK's words, so I just went with it.
Okay.
In preparation for the upcoming draft, how are you preparing yourself mentally and physically for your next steps in your career?
I just keep telling myself that I belong. Like I said earlier, I've always had that feeling like I didn't belong. I've been, just having those mental days where you just talk to yourself, go for a walk, just soak in what you have going for you right now. And it's been working for me. I'm gonna try my best to not get shy and super scared when I get there. So I'm just gonna hope for the best.
Okay. So, yeah, so just give you a little quick background on me. I promise you it's relevant. I'm actually one of the writers for the House of College Hoops, college basketball. We do like a season preview magazine. One of the conferences I'm covering is the American due to my ties to Temple and, a variety of other reasons. While preparing to write, this conference preview and preview each team, I spoke with a whole bunch of coaches in the conference. One of the coaches, and I'll tell you this much, it's an anonymous coach, but it wasn't AK. So it was a coach that's not your coach. He told me, you should be a unanimous AAC Player of the Year in the preseason. Does that motivate you? And just what's your opinion on that? That a coach of another team is telling me, and he's the one who brought it up. I didn't even ask about it. I was asking about his team. And he said, what player you need to watch out for? Yaxel on UAB. So, does that motivate you? And just what's your overall opinion of that?
Man, I love that actually, because that's amazing. I'm really glad that he said that he has that belief in me. That definitely does motivate me, because now it's just like I have to do that. That's what I want to do now. It's like an appreciative. Dang, that's something right there. I don't even, like, that's an honor, to be honest. I don't even know. I can't say much on that. That's crazy.
Well, again, we both believe in you as well, myself and Cody. So I'm sure that his prediction will come to fruition.
Hopefully.
Agreed. What do you think your greatest strengths on the basketball court are?
I would say, rebounding, of course, and just having high energy. Just trying to be a good teammate, the best teammate I can be, and just the rebound.
Is there any aspect of your game you want to improve on this upcoming year?
Yes, of course, my shooting. Just having the thought that I can make it, pretty much. That's what I've been working on all summer. Just trying to be the best shooter I can be. I even set a little goal for myself to try to make at least 50 this year. So I would have to shoot a lot more for that to happen. So, yeah.
That's amazing. Well, Steven, do you have anything else that you want to ask Yaxel while we have him here?
I could sit here and talk to Yaxel all day, but otherwise, no. Again, we appreciate you taking the time to come on. And yeah, so again, we appreciate it, and good luck this year. I'm sure that anonymous American conference coaches prediction will come to fruition.
Yes, sir. Hopefully. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Of course.
Thank you for your time today. We wish you all the best, and we'll be keeping tabs on you all season. When draft season comes around, feel free to come back. We're always happy to have you on.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for your time.
Of course.